Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a calm and quiet moment today. Take a slow breath and allow your mind to relax gently. Have you ever listened to English and felt like it was simply too fast? Like you know the words, but you still cannot understand what is being said? You hear the sound, you recognize some words, but the meaning does not come together, and everything passes too quickly. Before you understand one part, the next sentence has already started. And in that moment, you may feel something frustrating. Why is this so difficult? Why can I not understand fast English? Many learners experience this problem. They study vocabulary. They understand grammar. They can read English. But when they listen to natural speech, everything becomes unclear. Some people believe the answer is simple. They think they need more vocabulary. They think they need better listening skills. So they study more words. They try to listen more. But the problem often remains. Because fast English is not only about speed, it is about how your brain processes sound. When you listen slowly, you have time. You can think. You can connect meaning. But when English is fast, your brain must process instantly. And this requires a different skill. Another important idea is sound connection. In real speech, words are not separated clearly. They connect. They blend. They change slightly. So what you hear is different from what you learned. Another key point is reduction. In fast speech, some sounds become weaker, some words become shorter, some parts disappear. So even if you know the word, you may not recognize it. Another important idea is expectation. If your brain does not expect the sound, it cannot catch it. So even familiar words can feel unfamiliar. Let me share a simple example. Two learners have similar vocabulary. They both know basic English words, but their listening experience is different. The first person studies vocabulary only. They read, they memorize, but they do not listen much. When they hear fast English, it feels unclear. The second person listens regularly. They repeat. They get used to the sound. When they hear fast English, they catch more. Why? Because their brain recognizes patterns, not just words. Another key point is processing delay. When you hear English, your brain needs time to understand. If this process is slow, you fall behind. And when you fall behind, you miss the next part. And this creates a cycle. You miss one part, then another. Then everything becomes unclear. Another important idea is focus. When you try to catch every word, you lose the overall meaning. But fast English is not about catching everything. It is about catching enough. Another key point is listening habit. If you only listen to slow English, your brain is not prepared for fast speech. So when speed increases, your understanding decreases. At this point, you may begin to see something clearly. The problem is not your ability. The problem is how your brain is trained. Understanding fast English requires specific training, not just more study, but different practice. But there is still something important we need to understand. How can we train our brain to understand fast English more easily? How can we reduce this gap between slow and fast listening? And this is where the story begins to go deeper. From confusion to clarity. Now that we understand why fast English feels difficult, we can begin to explore how to train your brain to handle speed more naturally. The goal is not to slow English down. The goal is to speed your understanding up. The first step is to stop trying to catch every word. Many learners listen with pressure. They try to understand everything, every word, every sentence. But this creates overload. Your brain cannot process that much information in real time. So instead, focus on keywords. Focus on meaning. Let small words pass. This reduces pressure. And when pressure is low, your brain works better. The second step is to train chunk listening. Do not listen word by word. Listen in groups. Small phrases. Short patterns. This is how natural listening works. Your brain processes chunks, not individual words. The third step is to repeat the same audio many times. Repetition builds familiarity. When something is familiar, your brain recognizes it faster, so listen again and again. Each time, you catch more. Each time, your speed improves. The fourth step is to combine slow and fast listening. Do not only listen to fast English. Start slow. Understand the content. Then increase the speed. This builds connection. Your brain links meaning to sound, and this improves processing speed. Let me share a simple example. One learner only listens to fast English. They feel lost. They feel confused. They do not understand much. Another learner starts with slower audio. They understand the content. Then they listen to the same audio faster. After some time, their understanding improves because their brain already knows the pattern. The fifth step is to practice shadowing. Listen and repeat at the same time. Follow the rhythm. Follow the speed. This trains your brain to move with the language, and this reduces the gap between listening and speaking. The sixth step is to focus on sound, not spelling. English sounds are different from written words. So train your ear. Listen carefully. Notice how words change. This builds real listening ability. The seventh step is to increase exposure gradually. Do not jump to very fast English immediately. Increase the speed step by step. This allows your brain to adapt, and adaptation improves performance. The eighth step is to accept partial understanding. You will not understand everything. This is normal. Focus on general meaning. Focus on the main idea. This keeps your listening active. Another important idea is patience. Listening speed does not improve instantly. It takes time. It takes repetition. It takes exposure. Another key point is consistency. Short daily listening is more powerful than long occasional practice. Another important idea is confidence. If you believe you cannot understand fast English, your brain becomes tense. But if you stay relaxed, your brain processes better. At this point, you may begin to notice something different. You catch more words, you understand more meaning, and fast English feels less overwhelming. But there is still one important part left. How do we make this ability stable? How do we understand fast English in real situations consistently? And this is where the story moves forward, from training to natural understanding. So now we come to the final part of this story. How can you understand fast English naturally in real situations? Because training is one step, but real listening is another. Many learners improve during practice. They repeat. They listen carefully. They understand more. But when they hear fast English in real life, it still feels difficult. So the real goal is not only to train. The real goal is to transfer that ability into real situations. The first step is to stay relaxed while listening. When you feel pressure, your brain becomes tense. And when your brain is tense, your processing slows down. So do not panic. Do not try to catch everything. Stay calm. Let the sound flow. This helps your brain process faster. The second step is to focus on meaning, not words. Words come and go quickly. but meaning stays longer. So follow the idea, follow the message. This helps you stay connected, even when you miss some parts. The third step is to accept missing information. You will not understand everything. Even advanced learners miss parts. This is normal. Do not stop. Continue listening. Let the next part come. This keeps your understanding alive. The fourth step is to build real listening experience. Practice is important, but real exposure is different. Listen to real conversations. Listen to natural speed. This builds adaptation, and adaptation improves understanding. Let me share a simple example. One learner practices only with slow English. They understand well. They feel comfortable. But when they hear fast speech, they feel lost. Another learner mixes their practice. They listen to slow English. They listen to natural speed. They repeat. They adapt. After some time, their understanding improves in real situations because they trained for reality. The fifth step is to develop listening confidence. Confidence affects performance. If you feel unsure, your brain becomes cautious. But if you feel relaxed, your brain processes more freely. So trust your ability, even if it is not perfect. The sixth step is to continue exposure daily. Listening is a skill. It improves with use. Short daily exposure builds strong ability over time. The seventh step is to recognize progress. At first, fast English feels impossible. But slowly, you begin to catch more. You understand more meaning. You feel less lost. These are signs of growth. Notice them. This builds confidence. The eighth step is to trust long-term development. Understanding fast English is not immediate. It grows slowly, through repetition, through exposure, through patience. Another important idea is consistency. Do not stop listening. Even when it feels difficult, stay connected to the language. Another key point is balance. Do not only challenge yourself, also listen to easier content. This keeps your motivation stable. Another important idea is persistence. There will be difficult moments. There will be times when you feel stuck. But if you continue, your ability improves. Over time, something begins to change. Fast English no longer feels impossible. It becomes understandable. Not perfectly, but naturally. And in that moment, you realize something important. You did not need slower English. You needed a faster brain. And this is the result of everything you have done. Not more study, but better training. So if you remember one thing from this story, remember this. Do not chase every word. Follow the meaning. Stay relaxed. And trust that your listening will improve. Thank you for spending this time with the story. And as always, see you in the next story.